Now we're getting down to the nitty gritty. Wanting to design some speakers that I've had in mind for quite a while. I'm going to post a picture of the sketch that I did when I sort of fell off the audio wagon a while ago to deal with some life things, but now we're back. So we're going to take what we've learned and move ahead with it. I'm sure there's some solid advice out there to take previous designs and work with those first to learn. Interestingly enough, I learn best by doing, and I want to keep my interest up and do something I believe of where I'm supposed to be in the world. So I'm going to keep doing this the way I need to do this, but we're going to, take what we've learned from a couple other things, little cues from places like Kirby Meets Audio and Noid 123 Toyd, as well as all the stuff that I've seen on the Parts Express forums. But, the current build order as it stands, I've written this down because I haven't really flushed it out, but I'm going to spend some time going through it. It's going to be to choose your drivers. You have to choose the drivers that you want to use. We need to know what they look like. In this case, I know that I want a certain look given the speaker that I posted a picture of earlier. I want it to look good. The cones need to look good. There's going to be no covering over the speaker cones. So we know that they have to look good and they're going to have to sound good. I want to set it up as a three-way. I want some really deep, rich bass in here. I want to be able to hear the mids, and I want the highs to be clear without getting tinny. Once we've done that, we're going to buy those drivers, and while we're waiting for those to get shipped, we're going to set up the model files of the desired enclosure. We're going to, in Fusion 360, I'm going to be modeling what I want based on the volumes that we are required to have for those speakers. This is going to include some box designs, simple box designs, because this is going to be a multi-phased approach to the build due to the fact that I want to end up with some really high-end speakers that take advantage of my knowledge of wood and boat building and skilled workmanship in wood. I'm really hoping to show that off with a lot of these speakers that we'll be building into the future. Once we've received the drivers, we're going to get all the proper parameters, the teal smalls, etc. We're going to tweak the box sizes, the simple box sizes to match those parameters and take some measurements for the crossovers. Again, I know it feels like a redundant step, so this is where my learning is really going to come in, but it feels sort of necessary. So we're going to do our very best to make it as few steps as possible, but do this number of steps it requires to end up with an absolutely ultimate result for the speakers that come out of it. Once we've done that, we're going to build the crossovers. We'll model the crossovers. We're going to add to the sound models of the enclosures on the computer. I haven't decided if I'm using Virtuix or if I'm going to Vituix, or whether I'm going to be finding SoundEasy. I somehow, in the last 4 years, lost my SoundEasy dongle somewhere. I'd been keeping it safe, but haven't been able to find it here. So I'm debating on whether Vituix can handle, what I'm about to do. And certainly if SoundEasy is not able to handle what I'm about to do, I guess I'm just floating in space anyway. It's only $300, I guess, by the time, it's American money. I'm Canadian. So, our taxes are a bit higher up here. These things matter as far as the value for dollars, but it's probably worth it to me to be able to model proper tools with a proper tool, proper speakers with it's worth it to me to model proper speakers with a proper tool. Once we've checked our responses on the boxes as best we can with the baffle step and with the crossovers, we're gonna adjust the crossovers to the model better and create the actual design using the confirmed volumes. So we'll be changing the volumes of the boxes as we go here before building the final set of boxes. We'll be building those pre-boxes with MDF. Once we've done that, we're going to test. We're going to rebuild the crossovers, test some more, and then we're going to actually go straight into forming and cutting MDF in the shapes towards the shape that we are going to be covering in the bright work of the woodworking. So we're still using the MDF. We're going to use a lot of weight, especially in these first set of speakers, because there's going to be acoustic, there's going to be a lot of potential shake around the subwoofers given. I want to put subs in the bottom of these. So once we've done that, we're going to take the MDF, we're going to get it, we're going to make the shape, And as we design that, we're going to be thinking about things like how are we going to interlock the wood on there? How are we going to put it on there such that the gaps between the MDF and the wood are minimized and we end up with the right connection. We want minimal space in between. We will be using epoxy probably. We're going to do some experiments with wood glue and MDF to see if that has the bond that we're looking for. We may have to go straight to epoxy all the way through just to get the bond that we need. Once that's all done, we're gonna be setting up for testing again. We're gonna have to see what the speakers, the new volume or the new shape of speakers tests like. This is where I've been feeling that maybe we can remove the step. Maybe we don't even need the mid step of finding the box sizes. We'll put some more thought into that. I'll write it out and make some decisions. And we'll just find out if, we really need that extra build a square box to find out what the formed box sound is going to be like step. If not, if we don't do it, I feel there may be a bigger chance that we're going to end up with something that we're not happy with, but I doubt it. I really doubt it. Once it's being modeled, if Soundees or Vitowix can handle the proper shapes that I'm about to show and design, as you can see in those sketches, they're a bit rounded and formed. If they can handle those and the diffraction or lack of that will be provided, that'll be great. If not, it's going to be all based on experience from here on out, and I'll be the person to have that experience, and you'll be along for the ride, so you'll have it too. That'll be an interesting journey to have. Maybe we'll end up with some software by the end of it. After that, it's all about tweaking the crossovers, taking those crossovers we designed earlier, tweaking them, and then, finding a place to test the speakers. I am by no means a marketing person. I had some other small speakers that I built, solid blocks of wood that were basically like take a log of wood and just think that it was just cut into speakers. It exploded into 100 little speakers out of a single log of wood. That's what I had going on, but marketing's been my slow point. So, we're sort of here seeing what people see, and I'm hoping that when we start testing the speakers in local audio shops, they decide that they want to keep them on display there for however they want to do it, commission or whatnot. But, we're building expensive, high-end, high-quality speakers that are meant for pleasurable listening in both, well, depending on the set of speakers. It'll either be a music set of speakers, a surround sound set of speakers, or it'll be custom built to the client needs as they pop up. Thanks for watching. I hope I've given you some idea of what's going on. We're doing this I've set February 15th as having the the regular box builds done. And basically on the 15th after that is to have, well, let's see what the paperwork says. Paperwork says, I don't know. I've lost it. In any case, 15th of February is what matters as far as having the box builds go. So I'm then going to attempt to have the crossovers modeled by the 1st of March 15th. We should have the crossovers done and be into building the new boxes, the new shapes. And by April 15th, we're looking to have those shapes completed. So we'll see what we can do in the next January, February, March, April. We have 3 months to get this first set out while I work a full-time job and live a life. But thankfully, this is sort of where I feel my life is and what I'm supposed to be doing. So I'm looking forward to this. I hope you are too. You can watch the show from the comfort of your own home and see what happens when somebody just gives her. Talk soon. Bye.